It's a horrendous day for any sport, let alone rugby league this afternoon here at Toyota Park as the Bulldogs travel here to maintain their place in the top four as they take on the Sharks, also looking to stay inside the top eight. Nigel Vungana will play his first game for the Sharks against his old club, and Jason Kent once again is the halfback for the Sharks. Their bench is Beattie, Lomu, Aitken and Sullivan. The coach is Stuart Raper. There are no changes also for the Bulldogs. The same 17 that was named earlier in the week will take the field here again today. Anasta and Sherwin are the halves. Steve Price is the captain, and the bench is Matua, Asatasi, Corey Hughes and Feeney. The coach is Steve Folkes. Jason Robinson is our referee today. It'll be a testing afternoon for him as well out there. The Bulldogs will kick off an end-over-end job from Braith Anasta, and it will bounce down eventually to Jason Kent, who gives it to Jason Stevens, who can barely make any metres into the headwind. What an amazing start. You can see Stevens really struggling to get the legs going into this breeze. Perry finds Sherwin a better pass this time, but it's hard running with the breeze as Ryan is stopped only a couple of metres out. Play on is the call. He gets up to go again and reaches out to score. Jason Robinson says that's okay, but the Sharks might argue he was tackled first time around.
Well, he's in the best form of his career, Andrew Ryan. That's his 6th try in the last 4 games. We mentioned in the preview his ability to break the line this season has been more damaging than ever before, and just brute strength. Robinson made the correct decision in calling play on. He wasn't hurled in the tackle. He got up, you see McGoldrick rolling off the tackle, pure strength, and then reaches over. Tremendous start by the Bulldogs. Lovely ball from Braith Anasta, just holding it up perfectly, really committed the Sharks defenders to him, and just popped it up for the strong left second rower, Andrew Ryan.
So far in 2004, he'll need to start it a long way out to the right. He does that, hooking, but not enough. El Magic can't handle the breeze first up, but he will have learnt plenty from that. Jamal Alisi get over on the play on his outside. Price gives it to O'Mealy. He'll reach out and score himself, or drop it over the line perhaps.
I just want to check the grounding, please, mate.
He got there comfortably enough, but perhaps he was thinking about passing for such a long time that in the end, he didn't realise it was time to put the football down.
Well, if it's not a try, it's a bomb one. O'Mealy, he was over the line. He was thinking about passing to Andrew Ryan. I thought he'd actually dropped it. Yes, he does. But was there a hand in there? He's across the line now. Icemonger comes in. He's going to put it down, and there's the hand. Comes in contact with the football. There'll definitely be no try.
Knock on, 20 metres.
And it is a knock on, a 20-metre restart. Just reminding you, there is no big screen here this afternoon at Toyota Park. And the reason is a simple one. It blew down this morning. There it is. It's been... They made the tackle on him last play. Hilda from dummy half will put the kick in. Off the legs of Grimaldi. He chases through and scores a try for the Sharks. A piece of luck, and they'll need some in this first half running into the gale. But here at Toyota Park, it's Cronulla 4, the Bulldogs 4. And I don't know the kicking from right in front is even a given today in these conditions, but he has no trouble with it. The Sharks lead 6-4. Price was downstairs, and Kent will do the kicking here on the last. It should hang up in the breeze and force Utah to work it away from his own in-goal area. They're down there in numbers as well. He's hard man to stop. Kent will swing him to ground. He coughs up the ball. Hilda has it and reaches out and scores a double in 2 minutes.
Easy. We just want to make sure that wasn't stolen, mate. See if he was making the tackle or ball stolen.
Utah coughs up the ball. Jason Robinson wants to take a look and make sure there was no hand in there, with the second man stripping the ball out from Utah. It looked to be a fairly clean mistake. Well, there was a hand, though, from Paul Gallen. And having seen that, the video referee today, Mick Stone, has a call to make to see if Gallen was playing at the football.
Well, he comes in with the tackle. The arm is there around the football. I'm prepared to say yes. I know his arm's on the football. Utah's trying to swing out of the tackle with the arm, and his arm's on the football. His arm's on the football. He has the Finch clear. All of a sudden, the fingers start to open up.
Without the vision, I can't see what they're doing.
This angle here, though, gives you the impression that perhaps it might be more of an accident, the ball coming loose. You see, he makes the tackle there, grabs the jumper, and then his hand comes on the ball there, and maybe it was just forced loose there with the force of the tackle. This angle here gives you the impression that he has played at the football, but the other one would tell you a different story.
Well, it is a decision for Mick Stone. Jason Robinson is going to award the try.
That there is, but it's been an amazing start for the Sharks running into this breeze. Hilda with the kick, makes no mistake with it. And it's 12 points to 4. We've had just on a quarter of an hour here at Toyota Park. The Bulldogs have a gale at their backs. Perry has to double pump it. He gives it to Sherwin. Second man play comes to Luke Patton, who will try and outpace Nigel Vungana. Vungana's got him covered. El Masri, they got a great ball from Patton, and it didn't matter. They had Patton wrapped up, and then El Masri tries to improve the angle for himself. I thought he was coming back into the field of play.
Well, that's a sign that they're difficult conditions. When Hazem El Masri gets over the try line and he wants to take it closer to the sticks. That's not on for Hazem. He just puts it down when he gets across. Lovely second man play. And Patton trying to get on the outside of Nigel Vungana. And Vungana should have dropped back and taken the cross play. But instead he drifted too far across. And the drop, the cross play with El Masri finds them out. The Sharks just a little bit tired to get across there, Gallant. And then he improves his position.
Oh, the kick is a banana, and he slotted it. He kept it low, and what about the effect of the breeze as it slewed back to the right-hand side like it was fired out of a cannon. Here's the try once again as that man Nigel Vungana overreads it, and then El Masri, desperate to improve the angle, almost came back to the field of play. Now watch this. It was going to miss initially. It went over the black dot. Grimaldi from dummy half goes to Sherwin. Charging onto it. They're in again. Jamal Alesi will score for the Bulldogs. It was a simple effort in the end, but they're having all sorts of problems, the Sharks, in defence on that left-hand side.
Well, they are, but it's been the second man play which is really confusing them. They break the play down, and then all of a sudden Sherwin comes into the attack. He doubles around. He doubles up on his plays and just works the numbers beautifully. There's two defenders there for the Sharks, and all of a sudden three attackers. And Sherwin, he goes to Bickerstaff, and Lalisi runs to the hole. Reek makes the decision to come in, and these are things that these guys would practice week in, week out. That's their bread and butter plays. 3-on-2s.
Let's see how far out he starts it. The kick looks good. It hits the post and stays out. It cannoned into the right-hand upright. He almost got it worked out nicely. Just dumped Stephen Price back to the ground. Corey Hughes from dummy half. A poor pass picked up by Asatasi. The Sharks have had their problems on the left-hand side, and that's where the Bulldogs are going again with numbers. Sherwin got away from Vungana's tackle. Lalisi gives it to El Masri, and he'll score for his second time today. They were always in trouble once Vungana came up and missed, and El Masri once again, after some dancing, found the try line.
Good hit back by the Bulldogs. Some lovely hands down the short side.
Here's the kick, no trouble with it. The breeze and it's sailing between the posts, and the Bulldogs, with a couple of minutes left in this first half, lead the Sharks 20 points to 12. To be stopped by Nutley and also Beattie. Hughes back to the short side, finds Anasta who looks for the line himself. He got across the line and got it down. The Bulldogs are in again, and the Sharks have collapsed. In the 5 minutes before half-time, two very important tries for the Bulldogs have busted the game open.
Well, there was nothing really happening for the Bulldogs. It was just Braithen Nasta saying, give me the football. I want to be involved. I think I can score a try. And he's identified a player that he wanted to run at. And that man was Jason Kent. He just slipped through the tackle of Kent.
And El Masri as Corey Hughes doing the holding for him. It starts wide of the post. It's been tougher for him, as it turns out, kicking with the breeze over his right shoulder than it has been from the other side of the field in the first half. With the Bulldogs trailed for much of it, but as it turns out, they will take a 12-point lead to the dressing rooms at half-time. Here's Beattie taking it across the halfway line.
Mine fits me well up here too, Warren. It's beautiful.
I wonder what had happened to your hair as Bailey pops it out the back here to McGoldrick. Now Merritt down the sideline, comes to Patton. He skips away from him, gets a pass back on the inside to Michael Sullivan. One away to start the second half for the Sharks. A blistering try down the touchline, and the pass from Merritt to Sullivan was a cracker.
Well, I had a question mark on the pass to Merritt. I thought the ball had actually travelled forward. Phil Bailey getting the football, and on to McGoldrick. Then you see here McGoldrick passing. No, that'll be flat. That's okay for me. The naked eye looked forward. Merritt onto Michael Sullivan. And Price done his best to try and run him down. Some good hands down the short side. I thought he was going to pin his ears back when he went off his right, but Sullivan loomed up in support. That was the start that the Sharks need for the second half to give them the confidence.
Now Hilda. On a difficult angle, and hits the post and bounces over with the help of the breeze. It wasn't a difficult angle, but in this wind here this afternoon, nothing is easy. Last play here for the Sharks. Sullivan grubbering. But Gallen is there. Had a chance to come down with it, but
Can you check the
hit him with the tackle.
and the grounding and see if there was a knock-on from Bulldogs or Sharks, please?
Jason Robertson was right on top of it, but wants to check here on the grounding from Gallen. He was in a very strong tackle by Sherwood.
Well, Gallen was disappointed with his effort. I'm pretty sure they're all onside, and that's okay. He gets a great grab at the football, and Sherwood comes across. Tremendous tackle. You see him duck in between Lalessi and Sherwood. He's got the football, and it comes loose there. That's a no try. They deem that to be a no try. There's got to be that force.
Sullivan waits at dummy half. He has Gallen charging straight down the middle of the park. He's got Simmons in support. He comes to the left-hand side. Vangana, one-on-one with El Masri, gets across the line to score against his old sparring partner.
Just a grounding, thanks, Danny. Yeah, just a grounding, please.
Jason Robinson will send it upstairs once again for Mick Stone to take a look at, but Vangana looks to have scored.
Well, it was great work by Paul Gallen. He was the man that caused the bust. And then it was one-on-one, El Masri and Vangana. They've played together for a number of seasons on that right edge for the Bulldogs. Can't really tell from that angle, although there, I think the ball's on the ground. Vangana does his best. Patton comes in to assist.
Oh, that's a try. That's a try. If there's any benefit of the doubt, that is a try. We will wait and get confirmation. Mick Stone agrees. Jason Robinson points at the spots, and 2 tries in the first 8 minutes of this second half for the Sharks have got them back within 2 with a kick to come.
Hilda lines up the conversion.
It hits the post again, but this time stays out, and the Bulldogs hang on to a narrow 2-point lead. He'll play at 7 out from the Sharks line. 2 tackles left in this set. Sherwood has Mason on his outside. Got the pass in behind him. Now it's towed forward by Matthew Reek. He's in a race with Luke Patton, who tackled him without the football. Patton picks it up, but we will come back up the field of play, where the Sharks have been penalised for taking Willie Mason out of it without touching the football. El Masri with the penalty goal attempt. It hooks but stays inside the left-hand upright. The 1200th career point now for El Masri. He is the 21st player to achieve that milestone. They're all crowded around the football, the Sharks. Kent fires it to Jason Stevens. who runs over the top of Luke Patton to tie it up here at Toyota Park.
Well, they had the numbers. It was on the back of a penalty. The markers weren't square.
They've scored 3 tries, and now Helder misses to the right-hand side. He had the chance to put them in the lead. 26 plays 26. The clock ticks down to the final quarter of an hour. Here's a chance for Willie Tonga. They came up out of the line. He goes past Dave Simmons, setting sail for the post. Whanganna comes to stop him. Play on is the call. Eventually, he's pulled down 2 metres out.
They've got to go to the right.
Hughes to Sherwin, who puts the kick in over the top. El Masri's there. He grabs a hat-trick. The Bulldogs fans here at Toyota Park go mad, and they're back in front once again.
Well, Sherwin, great vision. He knew where the football had to go, and it's been difficult all afternoon with a passing game to get to the edge. So he's put the kick through, but it come about Willie Tonga, been in rare form this season, splitting the Sharks down the left edge. Thought he was going to do it on his own. Whanganna comes across and makes the tackle. You can see there, he knew he had the numbers, Sherwin, and he thought, if I can get it out there, what's the best way to do it? He's got one of the best attacking kicking games in the competition. He elected to go that way. El Masri picks up the football, gets his 3rd of the afternoon, and got a chance to convert his own try, take it out to a 6-point ball game. And Reek coming across, probably could have done a little bit better.
He strikes it well with enough force to negate the effects of the breeze. And the Bulldogs once again lead by 6. It's 32-26 in a very high-scoring second half. And Asta from dummy half will come back to Sherwin. The field goal attempt from Brent Sherwin is good. How about that into the breeze?
That's terrific football by Brent Sherwin. Terrific bit of vision.
O'Mealy will play it to Perry. It comes to Sherwin. Here's Mason. There are players in motion again, and Nasta takes it to the line and scores for the Bulldogs to win. They had to do it the hard way, but they have dominated the last 15 minutes here this afternoon. They get an important 2 points to once again join the Roosters at the top of the NRL ladder.
Well, they've just done it so well. Long balls, they've started to do that in the last 10 minutes. And Anasta getting it with plenty of room to move. Throwing the dummy, Merritt went into space. Just good hands, Willie Mason. It's an attribute that he started to bring into his game. Short passing.
This championship quality again in the Bulldogs has stood them in good stead. El Masri hooks it to the left-hand side, but it won't matter because with just over 3 minutes left, they lead by 11. Stephen Price finally gets a breather this afternoon. So does Andrew Ryan. He'll play it back to Sullivan. Another full set of 6 here as Aitken almost gets to the line. And that will do us here today. The Bulldogs have done it the hard way in the end, but running into this second half breeze, they've held out the Sharks to win 37 points to 26.